welcome back to Animal Wonders. I'm Jessie, and this is Inky the Opossum. He recently came to Animal Wonders, and I would love to introduce him to you. Inky joined us in the middle of December 2021, so we've been getting to know him for about 2 months now, and he's wonderful. He is quite smart for an opossum, and he's very active, and it's just been incredibly fun to get to know him and work with him and give him so many toys. Inky is really good with his feet, and he has an excellent sense of smell, and so he has really been into all the enrichment that we're giving him right now. He is working really hard on getting into a toilet paper roll. We actually get toilet paper rolls donated from viewers, which thank you so much. They are so good for all of the animals, but he's really into them. He has incredibly sharp teeth, and he rips them apart, and it's really good to get him foraging. You're so cute about it too, huh, buddy? You get in there? Oh, yes. Such ferocious teeth. Nom, nom, nom. So Inky's story, he was a wild opossum and he was orphaned. I don't know what happened to his mom, but he was taken in with his brother, and they were going to be raised up at a rehabilitation center. And they did really good when they were young, and they were getting old enough to be able to go out on their own. Unfortunately, they were kept together a little too long, and males are very territorial, and the two of them got into a fight, and both of them were injured. Inky lost both of his ears, and he also lost his tail. And because he lost his tail, he wasn't able to maneuver as well as he should have been able to out in the wild, and so he was deemed non-releasable after that. So because of that, he needed a place to go where he could spend the rest of his days under human care. We learned about Inky, and we wanted to be able to offer him a home, and we're incredibly thankful that we were able to. So when Inky arrived, he saw our veterinarian to make sure that he was nice and healthy, and then he went into quarantine for the next month. During that time, we switched him over onto a really healthy diet. He didn't really love the food that we were offering him at first, but it was really healthy for him, and we wanted to make sure, he was a little overweight, we wanted to make sure that he lost some weight and put on some muscle. And now you can see, I mean, he's going after this food, working really hard. I mean, he got into this toilet paper, but he works really hard to get to his food, and he is getting down to a healthy weight now, which is wonderful to see. We got to know him a bit during that first month, but it wasn't until he came out of quarantine that we were able to really see his personality bloom. Inky is a really curious opossum, and so one of my favorite things is just watching him explore or discover something new. And so seeing him exploring his new home for the first time was really satisfying. He seemed to really enjoy all of the new smells and sights and sounds. And because we saw how curious he was about all the new things, we got really excited thinking about what we could give him for the future. He's one of those animals that appreciates anything new, so balls and stuffies and puzzle toys are really fun for him. Blankets, a bunch of different kinds of beds, because Inky loves to sleep, and so we like to give him lots of options to sleep in. This is one of my favorites. It's a little sleeping bag. It's just like a miniature sleeping bag, super cute. But he goes into this. Seems to be his favorite right now. But it's just been a joy getting to know him and giving him a fun, enriched life. Inky started doing public presentations shortly after he came out of quarantine because he was so friendly. He had gotten tons of love from his previous caretakers, and he was ready to go. It has been a little bit interesting because Inky is missing his tail, and so we have to tell the audiences that, well, they should have this really long tail that they use to help them climb trees. It's a prehensile tail. So that's the only kind of weird thing about working with him for education. Other than that, he's just absolutely wonderful. They get to see his sweet personality, and they really seem to connect with him. And we get to try and dispel some of those negative stereotypes about opossums. Inky does have a pretty strong grip, and he does really well foraging with his hands, but he's not a super strong climber because he doesn't have his tail. So he can get up a little bit on things, but we do worry about him climbing too high, so having a short enclosure is good for him. But we also have to make sure that he exercises enough. Since he came in December when it was already cold, we haven't had a chance to get him outside yet. So I am very much looking forward to getting him out when the weather gets warmer. Inky is quite active, and so we are looking into ways that we can give him a bigger space, but also utilize the space that we have to its fullest capacity, and maybe get him running on that big running wheel and just giving him lots and lots of toys that he can engage with. In the beginning, he was kind of a messy guy, but once we got him settled in and we got him into a routine, he's been wonderful. Oh, buddy. He goes to the bathroom in basically one spot, and so we put down a tray for him to go to the bathroom there, and he obliges. Unless he then goes on another walkabout and then steps in it, which then he gets it all over the place. And he needs a bath, and the whole place needs to be cleaned down. Caring for opossums can be challenging, especially disabled ones, but it is an absolute pleasure, and we're so thankful that we're able to do it. And I would just like to let you get to know him a little bit better as well. So let's give him some fun toys to play with and enjoy that. Thank you so much for letting me share Inky with you. I hope you enjoyed getting to know him as much as we have enjoyed it. If you would like to give him an extra warm welcome, I have put our link to our Amazon wish list down below in the description, and you can find some of his favorite toys. He's grooming himself right now. It's super, super cute. Can you see him? Look at that. Little cutie. Cleaning up after his meal. Oh, bud. If you would like to go on more animal adventures with us, be sure to subscribe, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.